Welcome, and rest now. This is a quiet place to lay down the day. Before we begin, a gentle word. This is not medicine, and it makes no promise to cure anything. It will not fix your sleep, or heal your worries, or mend the long week behind you. It is only a companion for your rest. A soft voice in a dark room. A slow story to breathe alongside, until sleep, if it comes softly on its own. So there is nothing to do here, nothing to solve, nowhere to be. You do not have to listen closely. You do not have to remember a single word. Let the words wash over you like slow water over smooth stones, and let them carry you down gently into rest. Let your body grow heavy. Feel the weight of it, held by the bed beneath you. Feel your shoulders soften and your jaw loosen, and the small muscles around your eyes let go. There is nowhere else you need to be tonight. Only here, only now, only this quiet and this slow breath, in and out, and in again. Breathe in slowly and let it fill you, and breathe out slowly and let the day go with it. In like the tide drawing near, out like the tide drawing away, and already, without trying, you are a little quieter than you were a moment ago. Let the room grow soft around you. Let the walls fall away and the ceiling fall away, and the whole long day fall away, until there is only the dark and the quiet, and this slow voice and your slow breath moving together in the dark. And now, into that quiet, an old, old story, the oldest story there is, the story of how everything came to be, told slowly and softly, so that you may rest. In the beginning, before the beginning, there was God, and there was nothing else at all. There was no earth and no sky. There was no sea and no shore. There was no sun to rise and no moon to set, and no stars strung across the dark. There was no morning and no evening and no day to hold them apart. There was no sound, no wind and no water moving, no voice and no footstep. There was only a silence so wide and so deep that it had never once been broken. There was only the deep, only the wide, formless waters, dark upon dark, still upon still, going down and down without a floor, and out without an edge. And the earth, if you could call it earth, was without form and empty. It had no shape and no name. It waited in the darkness, unmade, unfinished, quiet as a held breath. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, a soft darkness, a patient darkness, a darkness with no fear in it and no hurry in it, only waiting, only stillness over the wide, dark water. And over the face of the deep, over the dark and formless waters, the Spirit of God moved, gently, the way a hand moves over calm water, the way breath moves over a sleeping child, softly and without hurry, back and forth over the wide, dark waters. And God looked upon the darkness, and God was not afraid of it, and God was not troubled by it. God simply spoke into it, the way one speaks in a quiet room, low and unhurried. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Out of the darkness, light. Soft at first, and then sure. A light with no sun to hold it. A light that came only because God had spoken. And it was so. It did not blaze, and it did not burn. It rose the way light rises before the dawn, gray and gentle, spreading slow across the face of the waters, until the whole deep was softly, quietly bright. And God saw the light, that it was good. God looked upon the first light, and God was pleased, and God called it good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God set them gently apart, the way you might part a curtain, the light to one side, and the darkness to the other. And God called the light day, and the darkness God called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. Rest there a moment in that first evening, the very first evening the world had ever known. The light softening and folding down, and the first night settling over the deep like a blanket drawn up slow. And there was morning, the very first morning, light returning, gentle and gray, and then gold over the wide, still waters. The first day, whole and good, and behind us now. And you are still here, breathing softly, sinking a little deeper into the quiet. There is nothing to hold on to. You can let this day go the way the first light let go of the darkness, softly and without a struggle. And the light moved slow across the face of the deep, and the darkness moved slow behind it, and neither one was in a hurry, and neither one was afraid. Evening, and then morning, darkness, and then light, slow and sure and gentle, the way it has been ever since, the way it is tonight, over the room where you are lying. And God spoke again into the waters, low and unhurried. And God said, "Let there be a space in the midst of the waters. Let there be a space to divide the waters from the waters." And it was so. And God made the wide open space, and God set the waters below it, and God lifted the waters above it, and between them there was room, room to breathe, room for a world to be. The waters above lay still and high and soft, like a ceiling of quiet water. The waters below lay wide and dark and calm, and between them that new open space, clear and cool and endless, the first sky the world had ever held. And God called that open space heaven. God called it sky, the wide, high, quiet sky arching over the deep. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. The second evening, coming down soft over the new sky. The second night, dark and gentle, the waters below lying still, the waters above holding their peace. And the second morning, rising slow. The second day, whole and good, and behind us now. And you are sinking deeper still. There is nothing to hold on to. You can let it all go. let the sky in you grow wide and quiet. Let there be room in you, room to breathe, room to rest. And God spoke again over the waters below the sky. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place. Let the dry land appear." And it was so. And the waters drew back, slowly, gathering to themselves, sliding away into the low places, into the deep places, into the wide basins that would become the seas. And the dry land rose up out of the water, quiet and glistening, into the soft new light. It rose without a sound. The high places lifted first, dark and wet and shining, then the low hills, then the wide plains, and the water ran off of them, slow and silver, gathering into the seas, until the land lay bare and calm beneath the quiet sky. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters God called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God looked upon the land and the sea, the shore where they met, the long, low line where the water lay down against the earth, and God was pleased, and God called it good. And God spoke again, gently, over the new bare land. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass. Let it bring forth the herb yielding seed, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And out of the dark, soft earth, green, the first green the world had ever seen, grass rising quiet across the low places, small herbs unfolding leaf by leaf, and trees, slow trees, lifting their branches into the wide sky, and heavy upon them the first fruit, each with its seed sleeping inside, ready to become another tree, and another, on and on, gently, without end. And the green spread soft across the earth, over the hills, and down into the valleys, and along the quiet edges of the seas. And the trees stood still in the windless air, their leaves new, their fruit heavy, their roots deep in the dark and gentle ground. And the fruit hung heavy and quiet in the still air, the apple and the fig and the olive and the vine, sweet things and good things, ripening slow in the soft light, with no hand to pick them yet, and no hurry to be picked. They only hung there, full and quiet, waiting, resting, good. And beneath the trees, the grass grew soft and deep and green, cool to lie down in, cool to rest in, spreading gentle over the hills and down along the water, a green so new it had never once been walked upon. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. The third evening, coming down soft over the green and the growing. The third night, the grass still, the trees still, the seas lying quiet in their beds. And the third morning, rising slow over a world that was no longer empty. The third day, whole and good, and behind us now. And your breath is slow now, slower than when we began, in and out, nothing to do, nowhere to be, only here, only this, Let yourself be planted, like the quiet trees, in the soft, dark ground of this long, slow night. And God spoke again up into the wide sky. And God said, "Let there be lights in the open space of the heaven. Let there be lights to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years." And it was so. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. And God made the stars also. And God set them in the wide sky, all of them, the great light and the lesser light and the countless quiet stars. God set them to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the greater light rose, and it was the sun, warm and gold, walking slow across the day. It rose over the eastern water, and it climbed the wide sky, and it laid a long path of gold across the quiet sea. And when the sun lay down, the lesser light rose, and it was the moon, pale and silver, sailing slow across the night. It rose over the same still water, low and round and calm, and it laid a long path of silver where the gold had been. And around the moon, the stars, more than you could ever count, scattered across the dark like grains of soft light, like drops of water caught and held, still and shining and quiet. They did not fall, and they did not fade. They only hung there in the deep sky, keeping their slow and silent watch, the way they still keep it, even now, even tonight, over the roof above you. And if you could have stood beneath that first night sky, you would have counted, and never come to the end of them. Star beyond star, and behind those stars, more stars, soft and dim and countless, going back and back into the deep, quiet dark. And you would have grown tired of counting and let your eyes fall closed and rested beneath so many gentle lights. And the moon laid its long silver path across the still water, and the water did not stir, and the light did not move, and everything was quiet, and everything was held, and everything was good. And the stars turned, so slowly you could not see them turn, across the whole wide sky, all the long night through. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 4th day. Rest now beneath that first night sky, the moon low over the still water, the stars laid out from edge to edge, uncountable, unhurried, keeping their slow and silent watch. The 4th evening, and the 4th night, and the 4th morning rising gentle behind them. The 4th day, whole and good, and behind us now. And you are almost weightless now, held and quiet, and letting go a little more with every slow breath. Let the moon rise in you. Let the stars come out in you. Let the long day set the way the sun sets, slow and gold and without regret. And God spoke again over the seas and up into the sky. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and let the birds fly above the earth, across the open space of the heaven. And it was so. And the seas grew full of life, great creatures moving slow through the deep water, small creatures flashing silver in the shallows, whole schools of them, turning together, drifting together, filling the quiet seas from the sunlit shallows down into the dark. The great creatures moved without hurry, rising slow toward the light and sinking slow into the deep, and the water closed soft behind them, and the small ones drifted in the warm shallows, turning all at once, a slow silver cloud beneath the quiet surface. Down in the deep, where the light grew soft and blue and then dark, the great slow creatures moved through the still water, rising and sinking, and rising again, breathing slow, in no hurry at all, with the whole wide sea to rest in. And up in the shallows, the small fish hung quiet in the warm light, barely moving, held gentle by the water, rocked soft by the slow swell of the sea. And the sea rocked, slow and even, the way a cradle rocks, back and forth, and back again, all through the day and all through the night, never stopping, never hurrying, only rocking, soft and slow and endless. And above the earth, the birds, rising on the soft air, spreading their wings across the wide sky, gliding and turning, and coming to rest in the branches of the slow trees. And God blessed them, and God said, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds multiply upon the earth." And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fifth day. The fifth evening, soft over the full seas and the sleeping birds. The fifth night, the great creatures moving gentle in the dark water, the birds still in the trees, their heads tucked beneath their wings. And the fifth morning, rising slow. The fifth day, whole and good and behind us now. And still you are here, and still you are breathing, slow and deep, and still the story goes on gently, whether you follow it or not. Let the birds settle in you. Let the deep water grow still in you. Let everything in you come slowly to rest. And God spoke again over the dry land. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, the cattle and the creeping thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And the land grew full of gentle life, the cattle moving slow across the green fields, the small creeping things among the grass, and the beasts of the earth, each after its kind, walking the quiet hills, drinking at the still water, lying down in the shade of the slow trees. They lay down in the tall grass, and in the cool of the shade, and by the still edges of the water, and there was no fear among them, and no hurry, only the quiet grazing, and the slow breathing, and the deep peace of a world newly made. The great, slow beasts lay down in the meadows. The small ones curled quiet in the grass. And as the evening came, one by one, they closed their eyes and let their heavy heads come down and slept in the cool and the dark of that gentle world. And God saw that it was good. And then God spoke once more, and this time softly, as if to himself. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have care over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God made man in his own image. In the image of God, God made him. Male and female, God made them. And God blessed them. And God looked upon them with love, the way a parent looks upon a sleeping child. And God spoke a blessing over them, gentle and glad. And God said, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth, and care for it. Take gentle care of the fish, and the birds, and every living thing that moves upon the earth." And God gave them the green herb, and the fruit of every tree, for food, and to every beast, and every bird, and every creeping thing, God gave the green grass for food. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made. God looked out over all of it, the light and the dark, the sky and the sea, the dry land, the green and growing things, the sun and the moon, and the countless stars, the fish and the birds, and the beasts, and the man and the woman. And behold, it was very good. Not only good now, very good, all of it together, whole and finished, and very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The sixth evening, soft over the whole living world. The sixth night, deep and quiet, every creature at rest, the man and the woman at rest, the seas still, the trees still, the stars keeping their slow watch, and the sixth morning rising gentle over a finished world. The sixth day, whole and very good, and behind us now. And so the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. The world was made, every part of it in its place, every creature after its kind, nothing missing, nothing left undone. And on the seventh day God rested. God had made everything, and now God rested. God set down the work of making, and God grew still. And God blessed the seventh day, and made it holy, because on it God rested from all the work that he had made. Rest. That is the word the world was given on its very first full and finished day. Not more work, not more striving. Rest. And so, on this night, you are only doing what the Maker of the world did first. You are resting. You are letting the work of the day be finished, and setting it down, and growing still. There is nothing left for you to make tonight, nothing left for you to fix. The day is finished. Let it be finished. And rest. Feel how good it is to set the work down. Feel how good it is to be finished, even for a night. The making is done. The day is done. And all of it, behind you now, was very good. And now, come back with me, gently to the garden, in the cool of that first quiet world. Out of the ground the Lord God made every tree to grow, every tree that is pleasant to look upon, and good for food. And in the midst of the garden, the tree of life. And a river went out to water the garden, and from there it parted, and became 4 rivers, running soft and slow to water the whole earth. And the river ran quiet through the middle of the garden, over smooth stones, past the roots of the trees, catching the light of the moon and carrying it slowly away. And the Lord God took the man and set him in the garden to tend it and to keep it, to walk among the trees in the cool of the evening, to rest beneath them in the warm of the day. And the man was not meant to be alone, and so from the man God made the woman and brought her to him, and they were together in the garden, and they were not ashamed, and they were not afraid. And the garden was quiet. The river ran soft through the middle of it. The trees stood tall and heavy with fruit. The animals lay down in the shade. The birds settled in the branches. And over it all the evening came down, cool and gentle, the way evening still comes down, even now, even tonight, even over the room where you are lying. And the first man and the first woman lay down in the garden in the cool of that first evening, under the first stars, beside the soft, slow river. And they rested, and there was no fear in them, and no worry in them, and no unfinished thing to trouble their sleep. There was only the quiet, and the river, and the stars, and the deep, good rest of a finished world. And the 4 rivers ran out from the garden, soft and slow, to the 4 corners of the earth. And wherever they went, the ground grew green, and the trees grew tall, and the earth was watered, and the earth was glad. And all of it was quiet, and all of it was good. And the man and the woman walked in the garden in the cool of the day, and rested in the shade in the heat of the day, and lay down together in the grass when the evening came. And they wanted for nothing, and they feared nothing. And when the dark came down, they were not afraid of it, for they knew the one who had made it, and they knew that it was good. And that same rest is here for you now. The same stars are out, somewhere, over the roof above you. The same evening has come down, soft and cool. The same Maker who spoke the light into the darkness is near, and quiet, and unafraid of the dark. So let the day be finished. Let the work be set down. Let your breath grow slow, and your body grow heavy, and your thoughts grow quiet, like water going still. Let your thoughts drift away like leaves on the slow river, one by one, out of sight and gone. You do not have to follow them. You do not have to hold them. Let them go, and let yourself grow still. And there was evening, and there was morning. And there was evening. And the light softened and folded down, and the first night settled over the deep. And there was evening, and there was morning. And the stars came out one by one, uncountable, over the still water. And there was evening. And the world grew quiet, and the Maker of the world rested, and it was good. Rest now. There is nothing more to do. The story keeps itself. The world keeps turning, slow and sure, whether you watch it or not. Let go of this word, and the one before it, and the one before that. Let them all drift away like leaves on the slow river, out of sight and gone. And there was evening. And there was morning. And there was evening. And the deep good rest of a finished world settled over you, soft as a blanket drawn up slow, and you were quiet, and you were held, and all was very good. Sleep now. Sleep. The story will keep. The morning will come on its own, gentle and gray, and then gold, whether you wait for it or not. And there was evening, and there was morning. And there was evening, and the stars kept their slow and silent watch. And there was evening, and the river ran soft and slow through the quiet garden. And there was evening, and the moon laid its silver path across the still water. And there was evening, and the great slow creatures moved gentle in the dark and quiet sea. And there was evening, and the trees stood still and heavy with fruit in the windless air. And there was evening, and the beasts lay down in the tall grass and closed their eyes and slept. And there was evening, and all was still, and all was held, and all was very good. There is nothing more to do now, nothing to finish, nothing to fix. The world is made, and it is good, and it is holding you, soft and slow in the dark. Let the breath come, and let the breath go, slow and even, like the tide, like the sea, like the long, slow rocking of a world at rest. And there was evening, and there was morning. And there was evening. Sleep now. Sleep. You are held. You are safe. And all of it is very good. Rest. And there was evening, and there was morning, and it was very good.